Can you see my face? Okay, hi. We are going to first learn how to do a pinch pot. You start with a square-ish sort of piece of clay. And this can be done with air dry clay as well. So for everybody that's doing virtual, I can send air dry clay home. And you basically do the same thing. So you just hit it into a ball rather than rolling it. And sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Sometimes it wants to kind of go like this, and if it does that, you just kind of smooth it over. You want to try not to do that too much though, because if it really folds, you're going to end up folding an air bubble into your clay. So this is pretty good. If you are right-handed, you want to put the ball of clay into your left hand, take your right thumb, and instead of pushing down with your thumb flat, you want to make it go straight down. And I do this usually by putting my fingers underneath my fingers that's holding the clay, and then go straight down into it to the point where I feel just slight pressure going from the bottom of the clay kind of into my hand. But you don't want to go all the way through. And at this point, kind of turn your thumb a little bit, and then place your, what would that be, your pointer finger and your index finger all the way to the bottom, and very gently, slightly try to start evening out the bottom portion of the ball of clay, creating a smooth center. Can you see into there? Okay, from here, you're just moving the thick areas of clay outwards so that you eventually have a bowl. Never put the clay down on a table because it'll look really bad when you're done. And don't pinch with both hands. Okay, so I'm using this surface area of my fingers, and I'm kind of doing this on the inside. It's not necessarily a pinch like this. You want to use the surface so that you don't have a really lumpy bowl. Okay, and you can kind of see here what I'm doing. I'm just turning very slowly and feeling in between my fingers, you know, where those lumps are. If you do it too quickly or pinch too hard, the clay just will not do, it won't look good. It'll look really, it'll look like a 2-year-old did it, really. So sometimes, you know, clay just has to be kind of coaxed into place rather than pushed into place, at least with this. So here, I'm almost up to the top here. And again, like if you want to get a thin pinch pot, you have to do it in several stages. If you pinch too thin, too quickly, it's going to be lumpy. So now at this point, I'm going to still keep it in my hands, and I'm just going to kind of refine and smooth as I go. And it still looks lumpy here, so I'm going to be straightening that stuff out. You don't want to pinch the, this is called the lip of the pot. And you don't want to pinch that so thin that you don't have any surface area. Because what we want to be able to do is make 2 of these identical so we can make a sphere with them. And I guess that's something that we'll do today instead of putting feet on a pot. Okay, so I'm going to just straighten this out. The other thing I can do, it's still a little bit wonky out here, so I'm just going to go over the top like this and just try to smooth. Notice I'm not using a whole lot of water here. The more water you use with clay, the weaker it will become, and it will become kind of like a puddle that you have no way of really forming anything that's going to stay together. That lip is a little bit weird here. Okay, so I believe this is pretty decent for a pinch pot. Like this. So the next step, since I'm going to make this into a sphere with 2 pinch pots put together, I'm going to let this just chill here on the table upside down. If I put it right side up, it's going to create a flat bottom, and I don't really want that right now. So I'm just going to let it go here. I have my next block of clay, which I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm not going to sit here and make the video of that whole process yet. So we will be back with the next segment of making the sphere out of pinch pots. Stop.